Okay, we're live, family. Welcome to Magnets, Crystals, and Pyramids. You know how it goes. Brother Baraka does the opening. It's all yours, brother.
Call has gone out to the warrior in you, to the healer in you, to the king, the queen, the trickster, the god in you. Every single day we are called to walk in our purpose. Don't you hear and see the signs? Answer the call. Lay down your burden and anything that's holding you back and take your rightful place. The battle is everywhere and it's right in your face. Let's go.
Welcome to Magnets, Crystals, and Pyramids. Success is your destiny. Yes. Love, wisdom, power. Remember, always who you are. Yes. Yes. I am love, wisdom, power. Yes. Yes. I am love, yes, power. Yes. I am yes, I am love, wisdom, power. Yes, yes, I am love, wisdom, power. Master. Yes, I am. Yes, love, wisdom, power. Yes, I am. Say yes, to yourself. Yes, I am protected. Yes, yes, I am. Master. I am. Yes.
Thank you, Brother Baraka, for that awesome opening. I want to say to the family, welcome to Magnets, Crystals, and Pyramids. Let me just adjust the sound. How's the sound? Y'all can hear me? I
Hear
want to
you
make
loud
sure
and
that
clear.
this is working because it's all right. There it goes. All right. I want to acknowledge everyone in the audience, to my Muslim brothers and sisters. Assalamu alaikum. To my Hebrew brothers, shalom. To my Christian brothers, praise the Lord. I want to thank everyone in the audience for being born. Thank you for being alive. Thank you for surviving the airport landing and airport experience in the adolescence and of your youth. Remember, you wasn't born to hang out at the airport of your formative years. You were born on a mission. The two most important dates are the day you was born and the day you realize what you was born to do. So before we begin this magnificent presentation, we were going to do, Brother Baraka, a dual interview with a wonderful sister named Heteru Ra- Ramut. But I tried calling the number, and apparently there's a mix up on the technology. But we're going to call her, try calling her after we do the invocation of our ascended master brothers and sisters. Uh, I am in me, I am in you, the listening audience. I am in Brother Baraka. I am within our bloodline family, living and beyond the realm of life. And I am within you and your bloodlines, your ancestors. In the name of love, we call upon ascended masters to come and be a part of this show. Thank you, Simi and Toko. Thank you, Sheikh Amadou Bamba. Thank you, Sheikh Ibra Fal. Thank you, Nikolai Tesla. Thank you, Saint Germain. Thank you, Master Himalaya. Thank you, Ascended Masters of Atlantis. Thank you, Ascended Masters of the land of Mu. Thank you to all the ascended masters within the hollow of the earth's interior. Thank you to all the Buddhas. Thank you to all the Krishnas. Thank you to all the torch carrying emissaries, warriors of love and light and illumination. I want to thank Imhotep, Ptahotep, Akhenaten, Marcus Mosiah Garvey. Thank you, Credo Mutwa, South African Zulu shaman. Thank you, P.B. Randolph. Thank you, Geronimo. Thank you, Chief Geronimo. Thank you, Chief Osceola. Thank you, Chief Crazy Horse and Chief Sitting Bull, Chief Seattle. I want to thank Prophet Noble Drew Ali. I want to thank the Shroom Masters, Dr. George Washington Carver. I want to thank Dr. Sabi, quietly being a Shroom Master. I want to thank Frederick Douglass, Mary McLeod Bethune, Harriet Tubman, Black Madonna, Mother Mary. Thank you, Yeshua. Thank you, Enoch, who ascended into the mount, into the heavens and became Metatron. And I ask in the name of love, as self-realized particle of the sea of love within my physicality, my space suit, I want to thank all the masters who live in the depths of the oceans. And let's say always as multidimensional intergalactic beings that may have amnesia, say often, yes, I am forgiving all forms of life in my past lives. And yes, I ask all forms of life to please forgive me. Yes, I am forgiving all individuals and life forms in this life. And I ask all life forms and individuals to please forgive me because we are in experience of amnesia. We are experiencing amnesia to our true essence and divinity. And as my Muslim brothers say, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. Praise Yahweh. Praise the Lord. And we all say, Amen. So let us see if we can reach our sister because it's supposed to be a dual show. And I'm going to call her now to see if we reached.
Heteru, where are you?
Yeah, right. Heteru, where are you? That's a good way to say it. It rang once.
The person whom you're trying to reach is currently unavailable. Please leave a message after the beep.
Heteru, where are you? Okay, let's see how we're going to do this. We're working on a very interesting paradigm. So bear with us, family. She wanted me to download Skype. And this should have happened probably before the show. But be it as it may. Now I'm looking for, here's Skype here. Sign in. I forgot what my, all right, let's see. All right. Okay, sister. You got it. Hello? Tap, you got to turn off the background noise. We are live.
Okay, what's up, brother? This is the radio show that I'm on, and that's my commercial running.
Okay. All right. So I'm going to I'm going to put you on mute, and I'm going to finish doing my announcements. And hold on, okay? Okay, she's doing her opening too. So this is how we're going to do this. Let me turn it down.
Don't cross the streams.
Yeah, right. Okay, this is going to be a dual stream, and I said that this
Ah.
show will also be permanently on the air. So, what I wanted to share with the family is I want to thank Sister Abina for this information. Let me pull it up real quick. Let's see. Hold on, let me find it. Bear with me, family. Okay, here it is. This is a message. It's Assalamu alaikum. Please join us for class this evening after Maghrib, the greatest of the Salah. And I don't know what Salah is. And anyone who knows, you can type it in the chat with Imam Ibrahim. Catch up with our previous classes at YouTube. There's a YouTube link. And if you cannot make it in person, please listen to the YouTube link. And I'm going to show on the screen the flyer. And here it is, family, so that you can pause and read it after the show has been broadcast. You can look, but there's something say, learn the excellence of the Salah and strengthen your connection with it. And it says Imam Ibrahim Tuesdays. And this is happening in a masjid in Queens, South Ozone Park, Queens. So just wanted to give a shout out and promote the brother doing his youthful work on his mission. Now, getting back to what we are going to address tonight: regeneration and psychic activation, exploring noble gases. Noble gases, family. But before we begin, I want to acknowledge
Break it down for those people that didn't take chemistry.
Yeah. First, I want to acknowledge Logan. Says awesome day. Want to acknowledge Caroline. She said she's happy to catch this live. I want to thank the lovely Leo Spirit Doula, who's in the house. I want to thank Dwayne Johnson. Glad to see you, brother. Hope you had a good summer. I want to acknowledge Basira. Good to see you in the house. Also want to acknowledge Raekwon. He said loud and clear. Okay. He said peace to the gods. To all my Moorish brothers, Islam. 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 Lady Whistler Clark, thank you for your feedback. Amina, Sister Amina, peace and blessings. Queen, sister, and kings. Yes, I hear you. Assalamu alaikum, Sister Queen. All right. And Carolyn Wells, love your channel, on one of the few that encompasses entheogens, metaphysics, extraterrestrials, spirituality, tantra, and so much more. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Little goddesses in the house. Hit the like button, family. Okay, we got Miss April. Peace. Family. Alicia Wells. Chinali. King Inner. G44. Bantu. Okay. He said Hotep Yotep. Okay, Zoom is being replaced by Skype. So okay, let's bring in our sister
on YouTube because he wanted his audience to be able to see some of the technology he's sharing. So we're gonna just
we're here.
Move
we're ready.
And
I'm
Hotep,
with you.
Hotep,
Hotep, sister.
Wonderful.
Okay, we have
All
also,
right.
I want to introduce, I want to say peace and blessings to your audience. And I also want to acknowledge the presence of my co-host, Brother Baraka, who is on screen. Baraka
Peace.
Moyo, he is the co-host.
Hotep.
So right now we have 3 individuals, 2 on this end, and you, Hetero. Thank you for the invitation. I have the phone next to the mic so that we have an interview on 2 different platforms at the same time. I hand you the mic, sister. Talk to me.
Okay, so this is Inner Light Radio, and we are joined by Brother Hank, Rising Sun today. and he's also doing his live stream from his radio show. I just want to share a little bit about Brother Hank. Brother Hank is a product developer and grassroots researcher, creating Oregon devices, crystal, magnetic amulets for personal health and strength. Brother Unk is the radio show host of Blog Talk Radio, Magnet, Crystals, and Pyramids, and also the YouTube channel that deals with that as well. Brother, what's the name of that YouTube channel there that you have? Is it Rising Sun?
No, the name of the show is not the motorcycles you hear in the background. The name of the show is Magnets with an S, Crystals with an S, and Pyramids with an S.
Okay, wonderful. And he facilitates workshops on magnet therapy, orgone devices, and uses. He's an explorer of utilizing herbal medicines as well. And he is an old friend of mine for many, many moons. I've known him. Actually, I met you when you were actually, I think, just coming out of massage school way back then. Remember with Sister, Sister Unk back then?
Yeah.
Yes. In BK, New York.
Yes.
And he's Reiki master and does advanced levels of pranic healing. And I'm going to let him just share about himself and his amazing work. This brother is a scientist, an engineer, does really powerful work. And so I'm going to let him share and take the mic at this time about his work as well.
Okay. We just did the opening invoking our ascended master ancestors and what the path has led me trying to make the world a better place. And all of us, that's the reason we were born. We were born to make the world a better place. My path has taken me from studying massage therapy, Reiki, pranic healing, Tantra, crystal therapy, magnetic therapy, and then the final frontier is literally the sacred plant kingdom, experiencing Ibogaine. Special shout out to my big brother cousin, Baba Awolowo. I want to acknowledge my other cousin, Babalao Ifokunle. I want to acknowledge that plant kingdom is way smarter than our monkey mind intelligence. The ancient ones have often said that the plant kingdom was here prior to the arrival of human species. So they silently watched and recorded our initial descent and how we became inebriated, drunk from the passions and the intoxicants of the physical experience until we reach states of amnesia. Like the movie Inception, we became amnesia drunk from one lifetime to another, descending lower and lower and lower until even our lifespan right now is probably the lowest throughout time, only on average living 40 to 60 years, 80 years if you're lucky. Women only basically have on average a 20-year window of youthful fertility. And in the Old Testament, it speaks of living hundreds of years. Noah, Adam, Eve, living hundreds of years. And we are living the shortest lifespan, even with all the present day technology. So let's do an overview, family, of the planet, the nature of the planet we live on. Because everything you've been taught about physical science is almost a lie. We are living on the Earth's rooftop. We are not living in the natural habitat of the Earth's home, which is in the hollow interior of the Earth. We are short lived rooftop savages, and the lifespan on the inside of the earth, where people live for average of 1,500 years, think of us like wild monkeys living on the rooftop of your house. Can you imagine that, Baraka? If you had on your rooftop a bunch of wild monkeys?
Man, I think you adequately that sums it all up. It sums it all up. If I could just pay my mortgage in bananas, that would be awesome.
Okay,
But
so getting back to what the description of the Earth's surface, we are living on the rooftop of the Earth in a savage state. And the rooftop of the Earth, civilizations rise and fall, continents rise and fall, the waters of the Earth rise and fall. So we have a short span of intelligence and even shorter span of life on the Earth's surface, and the powers that be on the monkey mind rooftop of this earth are silent and wanting to sweep away most of humanity from the rooftop like autumn leaves are swept away from the roof and the gutter of your home. Did you get that, Heteru?
Yes, I'm hearing you.
Okay, continuing forward, everyone wants to thrive while they're alive. So, in this show, I'm going to share from the exploration of communication with ascended master ancestors and plant kingdom, how they are basically simple applications because we have to think outside the box. I was a student of Dick Gregory's. And one day, when I was in the youth of I was around 21, I listened to a presentation. Dick Gregory says, question everything, family. My brothers and sisters, do a critical analysis to free your paralysis. And that's a quote from uh, Professor Leonard Jeffries. But question everything and get off the beaten path. And to all my young brothers and sisters, get off the beaten path of social media because you are basically become digital crackheads looking for dopamine by searching for the likes of your photo being on social media. And social media, family, just know that it's a monitoring medium where instead of you sitting in front of a television going into a trance state drunken with stupor and ignorance, social media flips it and allows you to self perpetuate your own drunken state of being. So you have to, and I'm going to move her distraction sound away. What we have to do is become free of that social media inebriation in search of dopamine, where you can find that hugging a tree, listening to R&B, listening to the Motown sounds and music that elevates, transmutates, accelerates instead of denigrating. Music can lead to elevation, music can lead to ascension. But if you do not elevate, you will denigrate yourself and ripple the bent and twisted vibrations to others. So we're going to start by, I lost the call. We're going to start by talking about noble gases. Now, here we go. Let me just touch the noble gas is found on a periodic table, family. I'm not going to go into a deep science, Baraka, but I just want folks to see where it is. Here is
just
a
a
periodic
just a
table.
brief introduction. Oh, you broke out the table. All
Yeah,
right.
this is the table, family. And if you look over on the left, that's the red. Um, you have the elements going from where you see red all the way to where you see purple. Now, over on the purple side, family, the purple line is the noble gases, and the top right is helium. Underneath that is what is called neon. All right. Underneath that is argon. The Kr represents krypton. The Xe represents xeon. And underneath the two on the bottom, those are radioactive elements. So we're not going to mess with that. We got enough radioactivity in our community. But this is where the noble gases are, and take the time to study and become familiar with the noble gases. All right. Let's talk about one in particular. And this is the one I say you can explore. This is called Xeon. Xenon. Here is pictures of xenon in the middle and is illuminated by high voltage electricity. In the lower left is argon, lower right is krypton, upper right is neon, which is orange, and up the upper left is helium. Now, the one we're speaking of today, family, is Xeon. Now, Xeon in the show link is the latest scientific research showing that xeon gas, when experimented upon animals and athletes in Russia, the athletes have superior physical stamina by the use of xeon. Now, as people of the sun, the second amazing quality about xeon is it minimizes memory, or minimizes the trauma that you may have in memories. Say you grew up in a dysfunctional family. Xeon minimizes the trauma so that you don't act out the drama. And in the show description, you'll see the link that talks about the research that was done on rats and mammals, showing that their trauma was minimized by the direct experience of Xeon. Now, they didn't
Question:
describe how. Go ahead, Baraka. What'd you say?
how is the Xeon administered? Is it breathed in? How is it?
Now, that's a good question, brother. Thank you for asking. Um, it is believed that when people lived for hundreds of years, the atmosphere had much more xenon, neon, argon, krypton in the atmosphere. And now the atmosphere has minimal amounts of xenon, minimum amounts of krypton, neon, and argon. Now, remedies, because we're not just going to be, this is not a show about philosophy. This is a show of remedies. And the remedy is actually in the link, family. There is where you can purchase xenon gas. And here I have in my bag, and I'm going to show you. And all of you who work with pendulums or muscle test, there she is. Hit tap. It dropped off. Yeah. Hold on 1 second, sister. Hold on 1 second. I'm just explaining. Here I have a picture. Um, Brother Baraka, family, Heteru, and Heteru's tribal listening audience. I am pulling out a bag and showing on the camera screen a bulb of xenon. This is xenon gas bulb. They come in different sizes. Heteru, what I just shared with the audience over here after your call dropped was that there's an article in the YouTube description. Also, in the YouTube description is your show description and your link, Heteru. So I want to thank you again for being on having a mutual platform going. Here is xenon gas. I'm sorry, family. That's spelled Xenon. Xenon gas is connected with increasing physical strength and stamina, and also minimizing pain, trauma, memories in living organisms. Did you hear that? Xenon.
Yes, we can hear you, brother. You can continue. We can hear you.
Okay. Xenon not only increases physical strength and vitality, it also minimizes trauma memories so you don't have to act out your drama. I want to give an acknowledgement to my Hebrew sister who's a mystic, Anala, beautiful Pisces sister, who showed, when I showed her, Baraka, when I showed her the xenon bulb, you know what she did with it? Intuitively, she took it and placed it in her navel. And I said, wow, how does that feel? And she said she could feel the energy from the xenon bulb literally recharging her navel. I thought that was incredible.
Yeah, that's fascinating.
Fascinating. So I want to also give a special shout out to Capricorn Deborah, who is also a sensitive mystic, that she felt the energy of the xenon bulb, and they come in different sizes, different shapes. And I have to say, placing, if you have a waterfall or a bowl of water, family, in your bedroom or in your living room or in your office, the xenon seems to amplify the energy to make plants grow stronger, healthier, and bigger.
So, Hank, that's what I was about to ask you. So, I think that most people are familiar with the concept of a neon light.
Uh-huh.
And
Yes.
so, in terms of now the xenon, also the xenon gas being used in light bulbs is, so is it fair to say that the some of these noble gases that they are used in light bulbs because they react to the electrical current
Yes.
by
Yes.
glowing
Yes.
or activating? So
Yes.
would it be fair to say that in the body, when they're taken into the body, and then there's our chi, our body life force, that it charges the gas and creates some type of amplification
Yes.
or charging of the energy itself.
Yes. And family,
Awesome.
I am, and Brother Baraka, is unlimited possibilities, unlimited possibilities with this. So I'm simply saying to family, near and far, now and in the future, see what it's like. Do a taste test by taping a xenon bulb to the outside of your water container, placing a xenon bulb on the outside of your pet's water container, and take notice of their energy and their vitality. Those of you who have divination technology know how to muscle test or use a pyramid test, and ask, does is xenon a supernatural form of orgone? That's what came to me before I took a shower, because I didn't want to come on the show funky. I wanted to take a shower so I don't come on the show funky, family. But while I was in the shower, it came to me that xenon may very well be a supernatural form of orgone energy. So how does that connect? Is everyone who has studied energy and studying about water, hold on, we got this, we're living in New York City, so we got sirens carrying the lunatics to and from the hospital, and those who are on the edge of sickness, because they got a lot of sick folks down on Kingston and Eastern Parkway. It always seem like it's running down there picking up folks, so I don't know. Anyway, xenon application to a container of water. Muscle test with your pendulums, my brothers and sisters, because this is a wide open field of creativity, applying it. What would happen with xenon gas with a crystal? What would happen, xenon gas with orgone amulets? What would happen with xenon gas placed inside of your pyramids? what would happen with xenon gas placed in all kinds of imaginative places and watching the progress of cell regeneration? Would your cells thrive, or would you wake up and feel less charged than before? So this is wide open, family, wide open. If it is a supernatural orgone generator, that means you can apply this while you are meditating and it will amplify your meditations. You can apply this when saying your prayers.
Hmm.
Perhaps it will amplify your prayers.
Hmm.
You will hold this and invoke your prayers. Will it also assist in amplifying your prayers more and transmute the energy of the cell phone detrimental radiation? Because on this planet, the form of aging that we consider normal is considered abnormal to the beings, the humans that live in the Earth's interior, because they know that the surface of the earth has a radiation that causes premature degeneration known as aging and disease from a radioactive war that happened thousands of years ago, and one of them was between and India has the records in their
Mohenjo-daro.
Mahabharata of the war, and the Indians said they lost. Go ahead, Baraka.
No, Mohenjo-daro a ancient site that's actually under the Ganges. I see that the Ganges or the Indus rivers, where they were detecting this ancient source of radiation believed to be coming from those ancient wars. Yeah,
Wow.
Mohenjo-daro. Yeah,
Wow. Say that again, brother.
Mohenjo-daro is an ancient city that has since been flooded in India, and it's there right under the surface. But scientists have taken their radiation meters, and they were able to detect high levels of radiation that correspond with the ancient Hindu scripts talking about this ancient war. Yeah. Hmm. I was just corroborating what you had said. Yeah, it's proof that there was
Yes.
this ancient war using some type of radiation emitting devices. People like to say nuclear or atomic weapons. I mean, probably I don't know, but it's definitely leaving behind high levels of radiation over
Mhm.
thousands and thousands of years. Yeah.
Yes. Now we got an interesting. We're gonna let Rob Moses play devil's advocate. Why aren't you guys showing evidence of what your products supposed to do? First and foremost, Rob Moses, we didn't mention anything about products. We want
Hmm.
you to catch the ball and do the research for yourself. Let you see if it benefits your body. You
Hmm.
see if this will benefit your plans. You see if it will benefit your pets. You see if you can measure the energy elevation in your office, your bedroom, and your personal life.
Yeah, the
So
age
this
of
is
waiting for an external authority to
exactly.
to
It's
to
not about perfection.
validate
Go ahead.
and tell you what's what. Because the fact is that maybe 70 years ago, doctors in America were prescribing cigarettes for their patients, saying
Wow.
it would make them live longer, it would make them healthier. So again, the day of waiting for an external authority to tell you what's healthy, what's good, what's not. Dr. Sebi said, "Yo, it's trial and error. You try this. Does it work for you? Leave it alone."
I'm glad you said that. Speaking of trial and error, family, I am sitting here drinking and have a pot full of Kinkaliba tea. So, Rob Moses, I want you to get your tea and heat it up. Have you started drinking your Kinkaliba tea, family? And those of you in the audience who have started drinking the Kinka Liba tea, I want you to comment in the chat section um, your experience, because this tea has been researched, raw Moses. The evidence is in the research by the scientists. Anti-cancer, anti-diabetic, anti-high blood pressure, anti-inflammation. So my question to you, family in the audience, are you drinking your Kinkaliba tea throughout the day? It has more antioxidants than green tea. And this is not my product. This is a product from Africa. This is a product from Nigeria. This is a product from Senegal, Ghana, and the European pharmaceutical gangsters want to take it and patent it. So the African countries are fighting them in court. The audacity.
Also, just so you know, there are prototypes of xenon technology provided by no other than Dr. Hank. This is a group of xenon bulbs that I am now wearing on my body, and I'm studying the effects.
Yes. And special shout out to Sister Amina. She said, we'll let you know in 2 weeks. Great. That's great. Because it is said it is better to drink tea and no food than food and no tea. And I'm not talking about drinking any tea. I'm saying this is the tea that Dr. Sabi promoted, Kinkaliba tea, known in Senegal as Sihar, from Prophet Sheikh Amadou Bamba. All right. This has more antioxidants than green tea. So, Ra Moses, focus on the African herbal tea instead of the Chinese black or green tea because it's stronger. Kinkaliba, Kin. Let me type it in right now. Kinkeliba. And you can go to the website, kinkaliba.net. That's the website. And for those of you who want to have a product line based on Kinkaliba tea, you can call perhaps and wholesale retail, and people like Ra Moses do your own experiment. Get a light bulb of xenon and attach it to a cord and wear it around your neck and see what happens to you when you try to lift a weight. Because this is raw research and development. Just try it. The only thing you have to gain is regeneration. The only thing you have to gain is amplifying your prayers of protection and elevation of the planetary consciousness of the surface dweller species known as humans. Because I'm going to share this with y'all, family. Recently, I've been noticing, so I would have at times almost like, Baraka, have you been feeling like sometimes you're having more flying dreams lately? I've been feeling like I'm lifting out of my body sometimes when I first wake up. And any of
No,
you in the audience now or in the future, have you been feeling lifted, elevated, or having strange momentary dizziness as if something's accelerating?
well, I definitely had recurring dreams of flying. I've
Mm,
had that for many, many, many years. Not so much recently, but in the past, I remember flying through the air, almost really like I was swimming though, not
wow.
flying, but swimming through the air. Yeah, that's how
Wow.
I would move my arms. Yeah.
Yeah. So you can get Xeon and neon. You can even get the neon bulbs. I'm gonna pull out a bag. You can get them on eBay or Amazon. This is smaller neon bulbs that you can experiment with, and there's a bunch of them in here. There's about 100 or 200 of them. Lady Owl says she's been choking on water a lot upon waking up. Well, maybe you need to slow your swallow, Lady Owl. Slow your swallow. But that's interesting, and thank you for sharing. So you have, again, you have different size, different shape xenon bulbs. I'll show you some more, family. Here's some that's tubular. And the interesting thing is the tubular ones, they say they use quartz or silicone tubes because the xenon bulbs burn so bright and burn so hot that they have to use quartz. So I thought that was an interesting note versus glass because the glass breaks on the xenon bulb. So the bulbs, I'm not sure if it's true about all of them, but a lot of them they use quartz.
Hank, where is the xenon found in nature?
Good question. Xenon is found in the found in the air, atmosphere, and is found in very small concentrations. It's all in the air, and it's believed again, family, as I said before, to have existed in larger amounts thousands of years ago, and it was connected with longevity in the ancient world thousands of years ago. And here is a picture of helium to the left, neon that always burns orange, argon, purple, krypton, which is an interesting, look like a greenish blue, and xeon on the right. So you take your time and see what it's like to place a xeon bulb not in the water. As I want to give a special shout out to Lloyd Strayhorn because I did a show with him and I suggested putting the bulbs
Peace to Lloyd.
inside. Yeah, putting the bulbs inside the water, whereas now I find that you can put it on the outside of a water container. And someone says here, I have a rose quartz given to me by my daughter. What do you think about rose quartz coupled with xenon bulb? I don't know, cause I see the. I don't know. I don't know. You do it and you try and you let us know and get back to us. I don't know.
Putting out a call to the scientist in you.
Yeah, this is science. This is science, family. The most precious commodity, family, is not gold, silver, or your bank account. The most precious commodity is time and youthful vigor. That's the most precious. If you have the vitality of what you was in your 20s, what is the price of that? That's almost like saying, what good is a pocket full of money and no energy to get up out the bed? Come on. What good
Youth,
is that?
youth is wasted on the young.
You exactly. But we only have the short period of time because men, we mature, as you well know, Baraka, we mature slower than women.
Right.
So in the present state of things, uh, men really become mature starting at the age of 40.
Right.
Women start maturing in the late teens in some ways.
right. Right.
And they have 20 years to develop, have a husband, children,
Mm,
and hopefully a life after that, become a grandma.
mm-hmm.
Now, Ramos is, he loves to talk about staffs and ankhs. What about the staffs of the Netaru? All right, let's put it this way. Moses, why don't you stick a xeon bulb on the end of your staff? Wow, that sounds symbolic, like a mofo.
I caught it.
And then you get back to us about that. Oh man, that is funny. And
I
Lady
wonder if
Whistler,
ET has xenon in his finger.
yeah. Ooh. Look what
What was
Lady
that?
Whistler says. Xenon is a banned substance in sports. That means it must work. Yes, you're
Mm,
absolutely right. You're absolutely
mm,
right, sister. And the link is in the show description below
mm.
as far as the research on xenon. Also in space, they're using that they're developing rocket engines, that's xenon, electric ionization propulsion engines, to fly to other galaxies from the ion generation from xenon. It's also using anesthetics as a form of for operations. So this is wide open, fam. This is cutting edge. I don't have the answers. I don't have the answers. What would happen? And now that Rob Moses brings it up, look what he said. Baraka, you got to see this. He said, I think I might try that. Do it. What would happen, ladies? And be careful, because I'm not taking no responsibility. What would happen if you place a xenon bulb in your navel, or perhaps another orifice? What would happen to your electromagnetic radiation energy? What would happen to your vitality? Would it recharge your yoni?
Let's
Would
be
it
careful
recharge your
now.
womb, kidneys? I don't know. I don't know. Just don't plug it in, because you might glow.
Don't plug it in. That's right.
I can't tell you, but
You'll be glowing.
for all of you Jedis in the listening audience, start with a cup of water. Take a simple cup. And I'm going to use a paper cup, and just tape it to the outside of the cup. One bulb. What would happen if you tape 2 bulbs? Family? What would happen? I don't know. But I do believe that the xenon is definitely a link to amplification of your thoughts and intentions, and increasing strength in your body, because I'm doing flights of steps because the elevator is out, and I believe it won't be back in order until January, Baraka, since July. So I need some xenon,
Right.
carrying my bike down and up the steps every day.
Man.
So what would happen using this, family, throughout the winter, where instead of us degenerating, we start regenerating, using possibly applying xenon to the ionize and supercharge water. Okay. So that's what I wanted to share today. Coming up on 6 o'clock. I want to thank you, Baraka, for being on the show. I'm sorry that we lost Sister Hetaru. If we would have had a good connection, it would have been better, but she can share this link with her audience and all her constituents. I want to thank you again. To all the listening audience, may you thrive while you are alive.
No doubt.
May you thrive. Thank you again, Baraka.
Ashe, thank you.
Ashe. And thank you, family. Peace.
Say often, yes, I am. Supreme shield of protection surrounding me. Yes, I am. Yes, I am remembering all I was born to do. Yes, I am. Take hold of your crystal, which will magnify your I am affirmations at least 600%. If you don't have a pistol, you better have a crystal. Bring forth. Yes, I am. Remember, you are divine.